Distinguished guests, delegates, ladies and gentlemen, good morning and thank you for being here with us today. My name is Yuki Imoto and I will be your MC for this event. So first of all, on behalf of the organizing committee, I am really honored and delighted to be able to welcome you here in Makuhari for the opening of the IUAES 2014 with JASCA. Please allow me to begin by introducing the chair to give his welcoming remarks. Professor Junji Koizumi is chair of the organizing committee, president of the Japanese Society of Cultural Anthropology, JASCA, and secretary general of the IUAES. Professor Junji Koizumi.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, our colleagues, my dear friends. It's my greatest pleasure and greatest privilege to be here, to be able to welcome you all to this conference. As you may all know by now, this is a conference celebrating the 50th anniversary of JASCA, the Japanese Society of Cultural Anthropology. JASCA has a longer history, tracing its origin back to 1934, when its predecessor organization, the Japanese Society of Ethnology, was born in Tokyo with a handful of people. So this is also its 80th anniversary. It is a coincidence that IUAS held its first World Congress in London in the same year, 1934. And we are holding our anniversary conference together with IUAS as its Intercongress 2014. As president of the Japanese Society of Cultural Anthropology and as Secretary General of the International Union of Anthropological and Ethnological Societies, Ethnological Sciences, I welcome you all from the bottom of my heart. We received a tremendous amount of cooperation in various forms from all over the world. We received kind collaboration from international and domestic associations and organizations. And we received generous supports from foundations and governments. The list of the names is so long that if I mention them individually, I will use up the 5 minutes I'm given. I just want to express my deep gratitude to all and say that this joint conference of JASCA and IUAES could not have been materialized without the cooperation of WCAA and all associations gathered here, and without the support of those foundations and the governments. As a result, we probably have 1,300 participants here in Chiba, half of them coming from abroad, from over 60 countries. There were hundreds more who wished to come and could not. I appreciate this diversity very much because I believe in the power of diversity. Those in diverse anthropologies must be connected, linked, and networked for collaborative relations. And this conference, IUAES 2014 with JASCA, can be the place for the fermentation of such connections, links, and networks. IUAS, after the radical revision of its statutes at the end of 2012, the revitalized World Congress in Manchester in 2013, and this Intercongress in 2014 is now ready, I believe, to be a platform for such developments. In fact, IUS 2014 with JESCA is marked with so many joint panels between and among associations of the world. We are here to discuss the future of anthropologies and the future with anthropologies, and I'm convinced that important academic achievements, advances, will be made here in the next 4 days. But I hope, perhaps more importantly, the development of new, renewed, and strengthened connections and networks in the spirit of cooperation and collegiality, that should be the key toward success in the future of anthropology and the future with anthropology. In the name of JESCA and IUAS, I ask for your active participation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Koizumi. Today, we are particularly grateful for the presence of our distinguished guests. And we have with us today 3 honorable representatives from the national, prefectural, and city governments, respectively. From the Japanese government, Mr. Yoshio Yamawaki, Assistant Deputy Minister of Education, Culture, Sports, Science, and Technology. From Chiba Prefecture, Ms. Tomoko Tobe, Deputy Executive Director of Commerce, Industry, and Labor. And from Chiba City Hall, Mr. Shunichi Kamiya, Director General of the Economy and Agriculture Bureau. Please allow me to invite to the floor Mr. Yoshio Yamawaki to give his remarks.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ms. Yamawaki from Ministry of Education, Culture, Sports, Science, and Technology, and I'm Deputy Director General of Research Promotion Bureau. I would like to offer my congratulations at this 50th anniversary conference. Over the past 50 years, the Japanese Society of Cultural Anthropology, JASCA, has greatly contributed to the development of qualitative improvement of cultural anthropology research and education through a wide range of activities. These include holding the workshop throughout Japan, publishing of journals, and bestowing of academic honors. I wish to express my highest regards to all of you involved in these activities for the constant and earnest efforts. This international conference is being held through full cooperation of the International Union of Anthropological and Ethnological Sciences and the World Council of Anthropological Associations. I really appreciate their collaboration and support. It is highly expected that the cooperative ties in anthropologies worldwide will be further deepened through the opportunity the conference will provide this week. Our ministry has been actively promoting academic research by supporting research activities, preparing research environment, and fostering the development of researchers. In our view, academic research should maintain, first, comprehensiveness, which overarches a wide range of knowledge and emphasizes diversity. Second, research should have characteristic of fusion, which creates new academic discipline through collaboration in different fields or organizations. And third, we feel internationality is essential for academic research, which contribute to universal truths through the discussion and debate in the worldwide community. And I believe anthropology possesses these three characteristics: comprehensiveness, fusion, and internationality, which make it an indispensable academic discipline. Anthropology makes culture, society, and people the target of study in the diverse world we face. The role anthropology should play will surely become greater from now. Lastly, I would again like to offer my highest regards to JASCA for the splendid accomplishment over 50 years. I sincerely hope that this international conference will be a great success, and I wish all the best to the attendees in your current and future endeavors. I thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Yamawaki. Our next address will be given by Ms. Tomoko Tobe, Deputy Executive Director of Commerce, Industry, and Labor for Chiba Prefecture. Ms. Tomoko Tobe.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Chiba Prefecture. I would like to express my sincere appreciation to all the participants, especially to those who came from abroad. Chiba Prefecture has many research institutes and universities, including the National Museum of Japanese History and Chiba University, and many specialists and students engaged in anthropology research. More than 1,000 scholars from all over the world have gathered at the anniversary conference of the JASCA, held here in Makuhari in cooperation with the IUAES and the WCAA. Chiba Prefecture is honored that Makuhari has been chosen as the site for this historic event. Makuhari Messe, the venue of this conference, was opened in 1989 at the first major international convention complex in Japan. Since then, Makuhari Messe has played a central role in promoting a number of large-scale conventions in Japan. Chiba Prefecture understands its importance and established a financial support system for holding international conferences here. We would like to thank the organizers for making use of our support system to hold this meeting. Chiba Prefecture is home to many famous public facilities in Japan, such as Narita International Airport, the Tokyo Bay Aqua Line, and the Tokyo Disney Resort. Chiba also has many historical sites, like Narita-san Shinshoji Temple, as well as cultural heritage and rich nature. We hope you will find time to enjoy many features of Chiba during and after the conference. In closing, I would like to wish everyone good luck and good health, and I hope for the development of the JASCA, the IUAES, and the WCAA. Congratulations on the great success of this anniversary conference. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Tobe. It is significant that we have such an international body of participants from around the world coming together here in Chiba. And the IUAES Executive Committee, who are gathered on stage here today, truly represents this diversity of anthropologists and anthropologies. So please allow me to introduce the members of the Executive Committee. Professor Faye V. Harrison from the USA, University of Florida. Thank you. Professor Andrew Muggsy Spiegel from South Africa, the University of Cape Town. Professor Thomas Anton Reuter from Australia, the University of Melbourne. Professor Gustavo Lins Ribeiro from Brazil, the University of Brasilia. Professor Rajko Mursic from Slovenia, University of Ljubljana. Professor Noel Salazar from Belgium, the University of Leuven. Professor Juliana Prato from the United Kingdom, University of Kent. Professor Zhang Jijiao from China, the Chinese Academy of Social Sciences. Professor Miriam Pilar Grossi from Brazil, the University of Santa Catarina. And I would also like to introduce the representatives from the Japan side. Professor Yasumasa Sekine, the president-elect of JASCA. Professor Makoto Ito, chair of the organizing committee of the JASCA annual meeting. Professor Kenichi Sudo, Director General of the National Museum of Ethnology. Professor Masao Ayabe, Vice Chair of the JASCA 50th Anniversary Event Organizing Committee. Professor Eise Kurimoto, Vice Chair of the JASCA 50th Anniversary Event Organizing Committee. We are also honored to have with us today the chair and past chairs of the WCAA, and we thank them for their support. Professor Gustavo Lins Ribeiro, Professor Junji Koizumi, Professor Thomas Anton Reuter, and Professor Michal Buchowski from Poland, University of Poznan. And as this ceremony comes to its climax, please join me in warmly welcoming Professor Faye Harrison, President of the IUAES, to give her opening address. Professor Harrison.
Good morning, distinguished guests, delegates from more than 60 countries around the world. It is with a great deal of enthusiasm and pleasure that I greet you all, and that I commend the Japanese Society of Cultural Anthropology, JASCA, for its 50th anniversary. This marks an important achievement for cultural anthropologists in Japan, who've built a strong national tradition, as well as contributed significant perspectives to world anthropologies. At a moment when world social sciences in general are expressing serious concerns about the enduring differences and disparities that sustain global knowledge divides. It is indeed significant for JASCA to have taken the lead in organizing, under the joint sponsorship of the International Union of Anthropological and Ethnological Sciences, a dynamic joint intercongress and national conference around the important theme, the future with, the future of anthropologies. JASCA's commitment to working collaboratively with the IUAS is deeply appreciated. Thank you, JASCA, your leadership, the organizing committee, and your members. Special thanks must be given particularly to your president, who is also the IUAS Secretary General, Dr. Professor Junji Koizumi. Whom I have known for longer than I will admit. The Akan people of Ghana in West Africa have a philosophical principle that is quite relevant for what we hope to achieve here in Chiba City. The concept to which I'm referring is Sankofa. Sankofa means learning from the past to build a successful future. The IUAS, JASCA, and world anthropologies generally can benefit from having a collective Sankofa encounter. Toward that end, our multifocal lenses can help us anticipate the paths ahead that can lead to new approaches, many based on intercultural collaborations that will transcend some of the limitations of the past and the present. Those limitations have relegated many of our voices and visions to peripheral zones of knowledge. By default, if not by deliberate design, those peripheralized spaces have often been where raw data have been mined and exported to metropolitan centers where they are cooked into theory-refined social and cultural analyses. In the anthropologies of the future, such disparities, divisions of labor, and dynamics of power will become less stark if we find ways to realize some aspects of what can be called a decolonial turn. Some of our time here in Chiba can be devoted to figuring out strategies and best practices for making our dreams for the future of anthropologies come true. Our 2014 Intercongress will be just one more step forward in the direction anthropologies can and should follow if anthropologies are to become an integral part of the future world. Why don't we optimize the opportunity Chiba gives us all to create new synergies for building the future with anthropologies and the future of anthropologies? In the spirit of Sankofa, this Intercongress, our Intercongress, begins.
Thank you, Professor Harrison. And with those powerful words from Professor Harrison, our opening ceremony comes to a close. Please allow me once again, on behalf of the committee, to extend our warm welcome and thanks to all guests and delegates, and to express our hope that this conference will bring fruitful dialogue for the future of anthropology and anthropologies around the world. Thank you. We now move on to the first keynote session, and I would like to invite Professor Koizumi to chair the session. Professor Koizumi.
The keynote speech will start shortly, but we need to change the setting, so please give us 2 or 3 minutes.